The new Nigeria of today is that after hustling with your blood to manage and make money, the government now trick you to put the money in the bank with the promise that they will give you new Naira notes. You are now paying to get back your money. Same old note, you have to pay to get it back.
Imagine paying 1,000 Naira to withdraw 5,000 Naira. My own money. What exactly is going on, for God's sake? The queue at the ATMs are unending and never moving. Even some ATM can't pay you more than 10,000.
Meanwhile, if you go into the banking hall to withdraw, they will tell you to go and use the ATM. What the kind of wickedness is this? CBN claim that they have distributed the new notes to the banks. How come we are not seeing the new notes? Even to get your old notes back, you have to pay to get it back. For why now?
But these very notes that the banks are claiming are not available are available in parties. People are spreading them in parties. Some people are changing them under the bridge. Yet the banks claim that they are not available. They don't have them. So is it CBN that is lying? If CBN is lying, why not the banks come out to say that we don't have the new note, just like CBN came out to say that they have given them to the banks? All these individuals, did they go to CBN to get the new notes?
So the person that keep quiet means is the one that is guilty. The banks are the ones that are hiding the new notes.
This country, everybody just do what they like. You know why? Because the government itself doesn't even care what anybody does, except it affects them. Forget it. They don't mind what goes where. Government that give people funds for projects, and the contractors will stash the money in their accounts and go to Dubai to lounge. And the person that gave out the money never asks how far with the project. That's why the banks are doing whatever they like, because they know nothing will happen to them.
Yes, nah. They will just issue audio threat on TV or social media. Nothing ever happens, so those threats safe is just to calm us down. Both of them will still go and drink beer together later in the evening.
Imagine the billions that banks made from charges last year. That's our hard-earned money that they stole in the guise of bank charges, and nobody does nothing. Why don't they do what they like? A friend of mine who stays in the north was telling me that some banks, instead of distributing the new notes, they rather employ people to man the POS machine outside. So when you come into the banking hall, they tell you they don't have the new notes, but you can withdraw them from the POS outside.
Because when you withdraw from POS, you will pay for charges now. Scamming has become so legalized in this country.
Pay for charges or buy it. Now it's like you are buying your own money back if you withdraw through the POS. So banks are selling the new notes, but they will never accept. They will tell you they are not aware of that. The same thing with INEC. People have been struggling to get their PVCs. If it was a normal country, yes, because Nigeria is not really a normal country. So assuming we are living in a normal country, getting your PVC is supposed to be the matter of government sending it to your house, not you abandoning your hustle to go and queue for days for PVC.
You will queue to register. You will queue to collect it. That is after you have gone just many times and they tell you that it's not ready yet.
Abi, I saw an INEC official on TV the other day saying that why people have not gotten their PVC is because Nigerians wait for the last minute to do things. How true? That's a lie. I changed location. So early last year, I went to register to transfer my PVC so I will be able to vote where I am now. Do you know how many times I went to their office to check if my PVC was ready? I will go today, they will tell you come back next month. You will go again, they will tell you come back in 2 months' time. Meanwhile, INEC officials will come on TV and tell you that PVCs are ready. It's Nigerians that don't want to collect them.
See all the queues that are everywhere for PVC and you say Nigerians are the ones that are not ready to collect their PVC?
Why wouldn't they say that? What do you expect them to say before? Today, they are saying Nigerians are the ones that like last-minute thing. Look at the new Naira notes. Till today, you hardly find them in circulation. If you really want to change these notes, in fact, as of December last year, the new notes will have been everywhere. But till now, do you know I have not seen the new 200 Naira note physically? I mean to see it in someone's hand, let alone for me to hold it. When they changed the 50 Naira notes, 20 Naira, 10 Naira and 5 Naira note to polymer note in the time of the Goodluck Jonathan, didn't we see how smooth the transmission was?
How can you still have old notes everywhere and you are really serious to change the note?
I think CBN will have just told us that they wanted people who used to keep their money in their homes and in the bushes to bring the money back into the bank because there are fewer cash in circulation than we really have.
Why won't people keep their money in their homes? When you put money in the bank, the next thing you get debit alert for throwing saliva, for changing your boxer, for drinking cold water in the morning. It is everything that they will debit you for once they find out that there is money in your account.
Banks don't work anymore since they are now using debit alert to pay salaries. Why would they blame people for keeping their money at home? And now to get your money back, you have to pay.
Everything about Buhari administration is hardship. I think Buhari is just a cost to Nigeria. It's not his fault too. It is just the aura that comes with his leadership. Because I heard that even in the 80s when he first ruled, it was the same hardship that people experienced.
You don't have to stress that. Even if you check dictionary, it will tell you that Buhari is associated with hardship, harshness, and suffering. We are counting down anyway. It will soon be over. Now, I saw some guys that were changing the new notes for people and they were using it as a campaign tool, saying that Tinubu is the one that made the money available.
That is a criminal offense in the highest order. What is the difference between that one and buying of votes now?
That's not even my problem. Number one, they are not even giving them the money. You are just changing the old notes to new notes. And I didn't see anyone that came with a Ghana must go to change the money. It was just a few 5,000, 7,000 or 10,000. Something that you will spend and by tomorrow you have in your possession another set of old notes. That's not even helpful. But my problem is how they seize every opportunity to play politics on Nigerians. What selfish and egoistic set of humans. They just take advantage of everything. If you can provide new notes, why not provide fuel for them at 147 Naira per litre? Because that's the last official price of fuel that I can remember.
Abio, go and bring the tankers of fuel and sell to people at original pump price. Then we will know that you can campaign.
The nonsense that is going on in this country. If a quarter of it happened elsewhere, serious war versus riots for the rock Nigeria every day. Because they don't too take us for granted. Everyone sees Nigerians as an opportunity to trash everything on. Why? Okay, some people took to the street to protest for the new Naira note because it's becoming unbearable the way we are treated in this country. America is a first world country. They are more advanced than we are. They have been practicing cashless society longer than we are attempting to. Their citizens don't then go and have to buy their own currency. We understand that CBN is trying to do a good thing.
They want to frustrate the effort of those carrying bullion van to bully people now. Some people have even formed army of their own self.
Yes, but at the same time, you have to balance it. Because while we are planning this cashless society, we are not prepared yet. Trust me, we are not. Okay, I went to ShopRite on Monday to do some shopping and I paid with my debit card. Guess what? The POS declined the transaction, but I got debited. The bank told me it would take 3 to 4 working days for the money to return to my account. But till today, I'm still waiting for that money to be reversed.
If you want to do transfer, sometimes after you transfer, it will take another 3 hours for the money to reach the recipient's account. So if you go to the market to buy something, let's say you want to cook afan soup with the dichotomical expression inside the pot. So since you don't have cash, you will have to transfer to the woman that is selling the afan. After transferring, you will now wait till... Even if it takes 4 hours to get the alert, you will wait before you now move to the woman that is selling gari. Then you wait for like 3 hours for the money to reach her account. Then you now go and transfer to the woman that is selling pepper. You will wait for another 3 hours or 2 hours. By the time they get alert, you now move to the person that is selling fish, palm oil, vegetable, periwinkle, okporoko, pomo, meat, fish. You will spend 1 week in that market just to buy the ingredients for one soup.
Yes, of course. Because most of the market women use touchlight phones. So the only way for them to confirm that they have received the money is when they get alert. Mind you, some banks you might not even get the alert till the next day. Sometimes I do a transaction, I won't get alert. You go on and perform other transactions. You might have alert for those other transactions. Then it's even the next day that I'll now see the debit alert for that particular transaction. Then my mind will skip because I can't remember performing any transaction that day.
You will even think it is Yahoo boys that are even stealing your money.
Yes. Then when I look carefully, I'll then see that it was the transaction I did the previous day. Let me tell you this story. There was a job I was doing back in 2019, and when I left that job, I replaced myself with a friend of mine. But the client was still paying through my account. So a particular month, the man made the payment, but First Bank refused to send me alert. My friend asked me, and I said I've not seen the payment yet. Until the client even called me by himself. So I said I will go to the bank. This was even towards the end of the next month. Then the man made another payment for that new month. So I got the alert for that one. When I saw the alert, I was thinking it's the previous one that I've been waiting for, not knowing that it was a new payment. So I transferred that money to the guy and I forgot about that old matter. So when the guy started asking me for another payment, in fact, the client called me again, and the way the guy spoke to me this very time was very harsh. It now looked as if I wanted to eat the guy's money. Meanwhile, I'll go to my mobile app and check. The transaction history will refuse to show beyond 1 week until I went to the bank to confirm the money.
But that was after you have received insult of your life. Oh?
You can imagine. So is that the cashless society that we are ready for? No, we are not ready. The banks need to strengthen their technology. We've not even talked about cyber security, that you put your money in the bank and the money will vanish. This Sky Bank that has become Polaris Bank today is fond of that. I remember a colleague of mine that money just left his account without any trace of transaction. Not once. And it wasn't only him in that same office with the same bank that it happened to. And when they went to the bank, they met other people who had the same complaints. Then Access Bank is another case. A friend of mine did a transaction to someone with Access Bank. The money left the account quite alright, but it never entered the recipient's account. Oh yeah, let the money reverse. For where? Do you know the worst thing? She checked her transaction history. The transaction never appeared. She went to the bank. There was nothing they could do about it. Till today, that money just lost like that. Is that the cashless society that we are ready for? And don't forget, there's a particular app that bad guys are using to do fake alert. And that app has the capacity to even add your balance to the fake alert. So if an app has the ability to go into the bank to check somebody's balance, to add it, to create fake credit, so that shows us that the security system of our banks is still very porous and is not reliable.
We are not ready. We are not ready at all. Please give us our cash to spend. We work hard for it. Some people even started riot in Ibadan. They blocked many roads and were burning tires everywhere. People are angry. Don't let this thing turn into a different thing, because if the riot burst out of this one, it will be worse than what you saw in NSAS. We are not asking for loan. We are just asking for our money. You are the one that told us to bring our money to the bank. We have done so. We have respected you. Please, we cannot be buying our own hard-earned money back after bleeding to make the money. Because in Nigeria today, before you make money, it is not easy. You have to bleed. Seriously, how can someone pay 2,000 naira to POS operator just to withdraw 10,000 naira?
That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us and for staying tuned to this end. We understand the pain you are going through. We are all in this together. And we are so sure that God will soon pull us out of this mess. Please stay safe out there and see you again next Saturday. Have a blessed weekend.
What